Joining us now from Rome is EWTN News Rome Correspondent Colm Flynn. Colm, great to see you. Tell us, what has the Pope been saying recently at the Vatican?
Good evening, Tracy. Yes, Pope Francis has been making headlines with some of the things that he's been saying in his speeches recently, and he doesn't seem to be mincing his words. For example, let's start with the Pope's meeting on Monday with the Diplomatic Corps. That's the Pope's annual meeting with all the ambassadors who represent nations around the world. And in a speech here at the Vatican, the Pope spoke out against the so-called cancel culture in today's society. He said it was invading many circles and public institutions, and he said that people should not be cancelled under the guise of defending diversity. He also warned against silencing voices in society that are not politically correct or go against the modern narrative. He said that this leads to a one-track way of thinking and said that we should cherish and understand our differences and not cancel them. And Tracy, he also spoke about the vaccines on Monday, something which of course has divided many people, both in relation to concerns over their long-term effects and also the mass mandating of vaccines. The Pope's opinion, he said it was one's, quote, moral obligation to receive the vaccine, and he denounced people who he said were swayed by baseless information. Now, these comments were met with mixed reactions from Catholics and others, and it's interesting to note that Pope Francis has been one of the most vocal world leaders advocating in favour of vaccinations. And recently, too, the Pontifical Academy for Life, a department within the Vatican, they were lobbying for child vaccination, which has been a very controversial topic. They stated that they recommend children over the age of 5 should be vaccinated to, quote, protect children from any, even if less frequent, serious consequences of COVID-19.
Oh, Colm, there was something else that the Pope said that caused quite a stir as well. It was about people and pets. What more can you talk to us about that?
That's right. It was last week the Pope made headlines around the world again when he suggested that people who have pets over children are selfish. He was talking about parenthood during his general audience, his weekly general audience, when he noted that people were choosing to have less children, sometimes just one or none, but they will have cats and dogs. Now, he prefaced what he was going to say by saying that some people may laugh at the statement he was about to make, but in his opinion, it was a form of selfishness. He said, quote, "It is a denial of fatherhood and motherhood that diminishes us all. It takes away our humanity." He went on to say that people who were unable to have children should consider adoption, telling them not to be afraid of parenthood. And then he also went on to reference the demographic winter, speaking about countries with declining birth rates in certain parts of the world.
Okay, thank you again, Colm.
Thank you, Tracy.